After months of seasonal work, I finally packed up and left our ranch. This is the beginning of my Northwest Freedom Loop, and it's already been full of surprises. Stay tuned. Hey, and welcome back to Miles to Myself. My name is Michelle, and I have had a lot of subscribers in the last week, and I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into my channel and following my journey. It really means a lot to me. Quick update. Last week, I was in a lot of pain. I was down and out in bed for a few days over the last weekend, and I am feeling better, but I still have kind of a burning pain in my side, and it's good enough where I can be mobile and move along, and that is kind of what led to my departure at our ranch. It's funny how things work out. I had been thinking, I can't do this job anymore, I'm in too much pain, I can't even, ambulate. It just hurt to even exist. So I started feeling better. I thought I would try and work on Tuesday, which was my normal scheduled day, with the caveat that I may have to leave work early. I just wasn't sure how my health was going to be. I went to the office to pick up slips to see what cabins we were going to clean that day, and I got called into the office, and the office manager started with, "I really hate to do this," and I just tuned in to her energy and I said, "It is okay." I was actually thinking about asking if I could leave early. It had slowed down. It really wasn't that busy at the ranch with reservations, so it worked out. It was a lot of great kismet that happened there, and we left on good terms. They invited me back for next season. I will consider that. I don't know where I'll be next May because I'm still learning and traveling a lot in my van life adventures. I don't want to be tied down and to a place that far in advance. So with that being said, my first day on the road, I left our ranch, which is in Napa County, California, and I traveled to this place called Crag Castle, C-R-A-G Castle. And that was just south of Mount Shasta. Originally, I had planned to stay at the base of Mount Shasta at a very small campground, but it was full by the time I got there. I had to backtrack. I heard the host recommend Crag Castle campground to another person. I got right on the internet, found out where it was, backtracked about 15 miles, and I stayed there. And the funniest thing happened. Sharpie and I were going for a walk the next morning. We were getting ready to leave, and I saw this cute little Mercedes van, and it was the color of my channel logo. Had a lot of dark green and cream colors, and it was just the cutest thing. We started to do a hike up to the vista point, but it was a little too much for me to do. I'm still not feeling well. It was a lot of twisty, turny, uphill roads, and it was kind of far. It was over a mile, and there was no way I was going to be able to do that. So after we got back to the site from our walk, we packed up and got ready to go, and I thought, well, I'll drive up there. So just ahead of us was this cute little van. And as soon as we parked, I hopped right out and wanted to introduce myself and tell them I loved their van. And they were just the cutest couple. And they were traveling, just around the area. And they were headed back home to a place in Bend, Oregon. They actually invited me to stay in their driveway when I left the campground that day, which I thought was so sweet of them. We walked to the Vista Point together. I left Sharpie in the van because he had already been on his walk, and I kind of wanted to enjoy the walk without being tugged along. So we chatted, couple and I chatted all the way up. I learned about them and their lives. They learned about me and my life. That is the best part of van life, I think, is making these quick connections with people, just learning about other people. It really fills my heart when that happens. You feel like you've made a lifelong friend, even if it's just for a few minutes. Then we had a long drive the next day. Drive really took a toll on me. We ended up staying in this place. It's a namesake of mine. My last name is Richardson, and I found a place called Richardson Park. That's where we stayed last night and the night before, and now we are headed out to another state campground. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's still in Oregon. Did a lot of writing. I don't know if you're aware, but I wrote a book a long time ago. I finally published it. It's a trilogy, and I've been working on the next book in the series. So I have that about halfway done, and I spent a lot of time editing in these last couple of days and getting that ready for release, hopefully by the end of the year. But it was a nice reset for me to sit and kind of just be at peace with nature, go for walks with Sharpie, some meals in the van, and just a nice reset, some campfires, that kind of thing. The other part of van life that I like. As I said in the beginning, I'm calling this my Northwest Freedom Loop, this part of my journey. My goal is to really see the Pacific Northwest. New viewers or people that haven't followed me very long may or may not know that I am from upstate New York near the Adirondack Mountains, and I've never really been anywhere in my life, just kind of in that same area for 55 years. I've moved a little bit here and there, but really the bulk of my time has been spent in upstate New York. So I am excited to get out and see different scenery and learn different history, the areas of the Pacific Northwest. I may even go up to the Olympic Peninsula, which I know nothing about. I've heard about it, but I want to discover places like that. And then eventually, in the next month or so, I will head south for the winter, thinking about Arizona, but I don't want to rush through it. I want time to rest, to heal, and enjoy the freedom while I have it. Feels bittersweet to leave our ranch. I made a couple of good friends there. I met a couple of people that I hope I can stay in touch with for the rest of my life. This is the start of something bigger. I'll share the highs and the lows. Hopefully there's not that many lows of the Northwest Freedom Loop that I'm about to undertake. So stick around. There's so much more to come. I can't wait to see you all again. Thanks for watching. Bye.